Hello and welcome back to another edition of Good Morning Pattaya, which is the breakfast show from Pattaya Channel. And today I am joined, as usual, by Dave Buckley.
Good morning, everybody.
My name is Nick Penderell, and our guest today is
Mr. Gavin Waddell from Phyathai Hospital.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you very much for coming to see us, Gavin.
It's lovely to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Not at all.
It's always a great opportunity to get an excuse to come into Pattaya for a day out.
Oh, right. Because I'm guessing from the name of your hotel, you're not actually based in Pattaya.
No,
well, it's just, I know the level of service you provide.
Lots of hospitals regard
just like a hotel.
Well, yeah, you're actually quite right there, because a lot of them are now calling them hospitals. That's what I mean, because it is like a hotel and a hospital together.
Well, I stayed at a hospital in what's the Harley Street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it really was like a blooming hotel.
Absolutely.
I can imagine that cost you a few quid.
But as you quite rightly asked, the not the hotel, but the hospital is actually situated in Sriracha, which is only 20 kilometres along Sukhumvit Road, which is heading north to Bangkok.
Right. And so I guess with international, you probably don't have a lot of accident and emergency. So what do you specialise in?
Well, actually we do, because we're almost bang on Sukhumvit Road.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the hospital is only about 50 metres from Sukhumvit Road, so we actually do. We have one of the busiest emergency rooms actually in the Chonburi province.
I'm amazed.
Yeah, we actually
with all these lovely drivers.
Absolutely, yeah.
You seem to think that all sides of the road are open to them.
Yeah.
Well, we are an international hospital, but we are also a general hospital, which means that we primarily service the local community.
But your role is mainly on the international side.
Yeah, absolutely. My title is International Marketing Executive, but basically what I do is I take care of all the international business, whether that's marketing, PR, insurance, the whole show, basically. Yes.
So where abroad are you sort of concentrating your efforts at the moment? Or is
well, to be quite truthful, most of our foreign patients at the moment are actually expats in Pattaya.
Oh, really?
I would put that down to more than 80%.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, more than 80%. For what you're basically getting at is like health travellers, health tourists. That would be the other 20%, and most of them now are coming from China and the Arab states, like the Emirates. Like the Emirates.
So it's a lot less expensive to get sort of special things done here than it is in
absolutely, yeah. I know that, like, I was talking to a chap the other week there who came over specifically to have his hip replacement done. And he was from the UK. He said that obviously he could have got it done in a National Health Service, but he had to go on a waiting list, and they said it would be at least a year and a half, possibly 2 years, depending on the area you actually stay in the UK. So he said, well, he's been coming here for it. He has a condo anyway in Pattaya. So he decided just to get it paid for privately here. But he was telling me that he actually found out the cost, what it would, if he had to get it done privately in the UK, and it was less than a third of the price to actually get it done here. Get it done here. And but we are getting a lot of Arabs coming over. Unfortunately, that's dropped down over the last month or two due to the political situation that is actually happening in Bangkok. Our number one nationality actually in Sriracha is Japanese.
Really?
It's Japanese. In Sriracha they call it Little Tokyo.
Right.
Little Tokyo. You just go outside the hospital and it's full of Japanese karaoke bars, Japanese restaurant, because we are on the eastern seaboard, and there's I think there's more than 300 companies which are actually Japanese companies. Most of them dealing in auto parts, so it's Mitsubishi, there's Honda, there's
so when they're not on the golf course, they're visiting your hospital,
absolutely, yeah.
Sort out all the aches and pains.
Yeah, sort out all the aches and pains. Yeah. But for myself, I basically take care of the Caucasians. Western Europeans, but a lot of East Europeans now, obviously with the Russians. And actually over the last 2 or 3 years, we have expanded our international department quite a lot. Now we have translators in all the main European languages, including Russian, English, Swedish, German, French, Arabic, Chinese, Japanese, and now Korean, because the Koreans are starting to come up now also.
Do people sometimes mistake you for being a doctor?
Absolutely. A lot of people will call me up and say, could I speak to Dr. Gav or Dr. Gavin? And I keep saying, I said, well, actually I'm not a doctor, but I can give you some information or steer you.
Just say,
So I do get a lot of that.
Do you find that people come to the hospital and are expecting to sort of see you in a sort of consulting role, if you like, that they want to talk to you before they go on and be looked after?
A high percentage of cases when they come to the hospital, they say, I would like to speak to Mr. Gavin first. And by all means...
you're the voice of the hospital, aren't you? You can come there.
Sure, by all means, they can come up to my office, or I will go down to the actual shop floor, the battlefield. I actually do get out of my office and go down and see what's going on. And they can speak to me face to face, and quite often I can cut through a lot of fluff and take them to directly exactly what they're looking for, recommend a doctor or a specialist, help them out with insurance, help them out with costs, finances. We provide a full service. We can find you hotels, accommodations, depending on your budget. We can help you with visas down at the local immigration office. We actually do everything like that.
Off air, we were talking earlier, and you said that you do a lot of fertility treatment at the hospital. Yeah,
we're particularly proud of that specific centre, our infertility treatment centre.
Good success rate,
At the moment, we have a more than 60% success rate, which in the fertility treatment is very high. That is on a par now with a lot of the top clinics, which is back in Europe and back in the USA. We're particularly lucky to have Dr. Suchida, who is the director of the infertility clinic. Not only is she the gynecologist, she's also a scientist. So she does both of them together. She actually does it with the patients, the general treatment, and then we have our own laboratory actually in the hospital. We don't have to outsource it to a private laboratory for, say, in Bangkok. And we have all the latest technology, infertility treatment, microarray, SSR. I won't go into exactly what those things are. Probably sit here for another 15-20 minutes talking to that. So our success rate does come from having one of the best experts in the Southeast Asia region, plus we have the technology to also match it up. To match it up. At the infertility centre, we have a huge patient catchment area from China. A lot of people come over from China.
Wow. Do they like to specify which they're boy or girl they wish to?
Absolutely, that's what they're primarily interested in, is sex selection. In China, they still have the one child per family, and as you know now, the Chinese economy is really on the up. And they don't allow them to actually do that in China. It's against the law to actually pick the sex of the child, but they do allow them to travel outside the country and pick the sex of the child. So this has become a very good business for us in the last few years. Very, very good business.
So give us some idea of the size of the hospital in terms of rooms or the number of consultants you have. Is it?
The size of the hospital is we have more than 100 full-time doctors. Now, a lot of hospitals in Thailand, a lot of them work on like part-time doctors, whereas
they'll do so many hours a week. Or
absolutely, they practice maybe in 2 or 3 hospitals over the course of a week. Now, our CEO, he decided a few years ago that he didn't want to do that. He wanted to make the doctors, most of them, if possible, full-time doctors at the hospital. People were coming along and said, I want to see Dr. So-and-so. I'm sorry. He's not here until next Tuesday type thing. It was causing a lot of dissatisfaction, you know what I mean? So we have more than 100 doctors. We have, it's a 300-room inpatient hospital. Per day, we have more than 2,000 outpatient visits per day. The reason for that is, as I mentioned before, yes, we are a private hospital, but we also accept the local Thai social security benefit, which I also have. If you work for a company, whether you're Thai or a foreigner, if you're paying for tax and social security, then you can automatically use your Thai social security. So a big percentage of that number are actually using the Thai social security in the hospital.
So you don't sort of wheel them out and say, I'm sorry, you haven't got any money, go and get treated somewhere else.
No.
It's not like I've ever heard of any other hospital doing that, of course.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. To give you some history about the hospital group, we are Phyathai Sriracha, but we actually have 4 hospitals in the group. The 3 main hospitals are in Bangkok, where we have Phyathai 1, Phyathai 2, Phyathai 3. We are not Phyathai 4. Somebody actually used a little bit of imagination and said, well, let's just call it Phyathai Sriracha. Phyathai Sriracha.
So you're not planning another one for Sriracha, otherwise it will get terribly confusing.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are actually a part of a bigger group, and the group actually consists of 27 hospitals, of which the Bangkok Hospital Group and the Semitivate Hospital Group are a part of the main parent group also. So even although we are all in the same group, we still trade under separate names, and we still trade under, we do business under separate business plans.
So it's obviously a big player in the healthcare business.
It certainly is. It certainly is. They now have, I think it's actually up to 29 hospitals now throughout Thailand, and that actually makes it the biggest hospital group in all of Southeast Asia, including Japan and Korea and Malaysia.
That's very impressive.
Yes. How long have you been with the group?
Probably too long, but
well, it will be after they see this.
Probably too long, I will have been there for 10 years this November. 10 years this November. So hopefully I'm doing something right.
And what about the hospital itself? How long has it been there? Hospital
has been there now for 18 years. This September we will celebrate our 18th anniversary. Apart from the hospital being a very good medical provider, we have all the specialist departments, cardio, neurology, the kids area, obviously the infertility. We're also quite proud of that. The hospital is very into the environment. Back in 2010, we won the Thailand Energy Award, and that then qualified us to go into the Asian Energy Award, which we did win the year after in 2011. And we are the only green hospital, or the only green company in Thailand of an existing building. A lot of them have that particular award for a new building, for new construction. But we are the only ones who actually have it for an existing building. So we're very high up in the environmental stuff, carbon footprinting and the environment and stuff like that.
That's good. Care about environment as well.
Definitely.
Well, the people.
Well, presumably the long term of looking after the environment is you don't have to treat so many people.
That's true.
Looking after themselves a bit better.
The good thing about being involved with a hospital is there's always people looking for treatment. Do you know what I mean? And to actually look on the positive side, we do a lot of local tertiary care. Care such as health checkups and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Preventative care.
Do you get any unusual or slightly mad requests for treatment that you could mention on there?
Yeah, absolutely. I had a gentleman contacting me the other week. He was looking for a penis extension. Yeah, which we do. Yeah, penis extensions, which we do. Talk to me after the show.
All right. Well, I'm afraid we're out of time. What a shame, just as we got onto the penis extensions.
The juicy details.
The juicy stuff, yeah.
So Gavin from Phyathai Sriracha Hospital, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome. It's great to be here.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Yes.
Bye.